That first one up there, I got a root. You'll see it when you plant. But it seems to do better when you don't have all this stuff stuck on it too. Hey there, welcome back to Hardy Brothers Outdoors. Josh Hardy here. I'm with the John Deere 2032R, and I have the Frontier PhD 100 post hole digger. And today's job is we're planting 10 trees out here on the Habitat Oasis. So we just got done planting 12 on another part of the property, and after 4 of them, I decided, hey, why don't we go ahead and use the post hole digger. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get to that part of the property due to the muddiness and got kind of slippery and not safe to get the tractor back to where we needed to go. So as you can see, we just made quick work of the first hole here. We're only going about 12 inches deep. I've got a 12-inch auger on the PhD 100. I'd like to get a smaller one. They're pretty expensive, so I think they're about $250, $260 for just a different auger. So I'm going to look into getting another one. I've done other digging, some fence posts, and I've got a whole fence that I'm going to be putting in later this year, and need to go back and tighten up that area. But made great work. We did 3 36-inch holes, or the full length of the auger, on the fence posts. But the issue with that is I think we need smaller diameter so that we don't have so much dirt to backfill and so much movement on the posts. So pretty happy with the way this is working. We're going to put these 10 holes in, and we were just joking, we're probably going to spend more time driving between locations to dig than it actually takes to dig. So we're going to time and see what it takes to get these 10 tree holes dug. I also wanted to do a quick shout out on one of my recent videos. I talked about the 5 things that John Deere got wrong. And one of those was the key location, and the fact that a lot of us are either bending keys or breaking keys off in the ignition. And I mentioned Robbie Clark, who is on one of the forums on Facebook, and the fact that he's used his 3D printer to make key savers. And Robbie reached out to me after that. We hadn't talked before I made that video, and said, hey, thanks for doing that. I'm going to send you a couple free ones. So he sent me a black one and a green one. And I haven't installed it yet. I was checking them to see which one I liked better. We're just going to probably put the black one on for now. So at the end, we'll plug that in and see how it looks. I'll leave a link in the description for the site where Robbie has, where you can pick these up. I think they're 20 bucks. So pretty cool little invention. They just go on with some 2-sided tape on the back, and we'll check that out. But for now, let's get back to digging some holes, and I'm gonna get rid of this thing so we can do it with the tractor. So let's get to digging some trees. Okay, so as expected, that went pretty smoothly. For those of you who may not be familiar with the Habitat Oasis project, the conservation project that we're working on here, this was a former strip mine. So there are areas of the property that we can't dig below, say, 6 or 8 inches. And fortunately, in this particular area, I only ran into one of those areas where I could only get down, and then you start getting into this hard pack, very intensely packed dirt. So overall, I'd say the post hole digger did pretty well. The fence post that I did, it went straight in and back out, no problem. Here, we had a very hard rain last night. Seems to be some clay on the surface that we were spinning on a little bit at a couple times. And then this deep grass, it would get stuck in the cutting edges at the bottom of the auger, and I found that I needed to clean that out a few times, get the clay in the organic material out of that to allow it to cut in and dig. So you'll see a few times on the video where I had to kind of slam it down a few times. One time over there on the hill where I did that, and it took off a little bit at the wrong angle. So what I was trying to do is start off at a low RPM and then set it down and then speed it up. And I found in a couple cases I needed to go in at higher RPMs and just kind of try to pound down through that first piece of clay. Some of the soil looked great. So most of the holes are somewhere between 12 and 18 at the most. We're gonna fill those back in with some better soil, get these trees planted. We have another video if you're interested, it'll be out later this week, that shows us planting these trees. And these are part of our big buck trophy plans for this property and part of the overall improvement of the habitat. There's chestnut trees and there's persimmon trees that are going to drop nuts and fruit starting in August all the way through December. And so it's an effort to try to concentrate some of the deer around some of the stands that we hunt and that our younger boys hunt, so that everybody can participate in the hunting and pull some from other areas around the property. So as promised, I want to take a quick look at the key saver. And so you can see here where the key is. Those of you that already own a 2032R or a 2038R, you know how inconvenient that is. I thought I was going to break the key, and it was going to be irony as I was talking about this, because I ran into it a few times today. The way this key saver fits in is it just sits down over top of the ignition and still allows you to get in and turn the key. So let me go around the other side. So as you can see, he's created the mold to go in right around it, and the key sticks out right there. So all it takes is removal of the tape here, and then we'll get it installed. I'm gonna do a little bit closer up here. All right, so as you can see, the key saver has been cut and molded to fit right around the key. And these are pretty cool. The green's pretty close, not quite the same as the John Deere green. So I think I'll go with the black. And all it takes is peeling off this. All right, so got the sticker off. Plug that in, push it in right there. Let's try it out. Now you can't bump into the key. Pretty slick. Get off. No way you can knock that key or bend that key now. Pretty slick. Nice job, Robbie. All right, so with that, I'm going to wrap it up, and thank you so much for watching. Hit that like and subscribe. I'll leave Robbie's link in the description so you can get a key saver if you're interested. And if you haven't checked out our Amazon shop, check that out. We got some pretty cool Deere gear that we use and components that we use. Also, lots of other stuff from around the pond, around the property, pond management stuff, habitat management stuff. Books that we like that are related to our interests, things like that. So thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Have a great day.